Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Mark and this is my VW Golf 7.5 GTE. Now I've been lucky enough to own this car from new and it does everything. It's our everyday vehicle, it's our family hack and a work vehicle as well. So I've kept it relatively standard. However, there is one thing that's been bugging me on this car since I bought it. No, there's two things that have been bugging me on this car. No, strike that. There are three things that I don't like about this car and I'm going to try and address some of them. Now, the first thing about this car that I really don't like is the ride height. Looking at the gap between the top of the wheel and the arch, I can get pretty much a whole fist in there. I think it's something like 6.5 centimeters. The front's not much better. I think that's at 6 centimeters. It was sold as having sports suspension, the same as the GTD and the GTi, but quite clearly they do not ride at this kind of height. So I want to try and address that. Now, the next thing I really didn't like about this car was the relationship of the rear wheel to the rear wheel arch. When it came, the wheel sat so far into the arch, it just looked really strange. It's not looking so bad now because I've already fitted 15mm spacers. It just looks so weird. I had to do something about it. The third thing that bugs me on this car, and I don't really have an answer to, and I don't really know what to do, so maybe people have got some ideas, is the heated mirror setting is on the mirror control on the door. It's easy to forget that you've turned this on here and it just eats away at the battery. So back to the springs and which direction to go in. Two main contenders came to the forefront, being Eibach and H&R. There is plenty of information online of both products being fitted to Volkswagens. Looking at reviews, it appears that the Eibach will offer a similar sprung experience to the original manufacturer's suspension, whereas the H&R is probably a little overly sporty and a little overly stiff. However, when I started looking at the ride heights as well, I was a little bit surprised. So the Eibach springs appear to lower the car by 40mm at the front and 35mm in the rear. Now, bear in mind that the car already sits with the rear 5mm higher than the front. I felt that fitting Eibachs would then lower the front quite considerably with a 20mm gap, but not as much at the rear, which I think would just exaggerate the fact that the rear is already higher, which is a bit disappointing when you consider that Eibach and the fact that they sort of replicate the original manufacturer's suspension would probably suit my needs better. I thought perhaps that it was just round the wrong way, so I did actually reach out to Eibach just to double check that they hadn't actually listed it the wrong way round and that it wasn't 40mm at the rear and 35 at the front, which would make more sense because that would level the car out and do an absolute perfect job. But no, they confirmed it is 40mm at the front, 35mm at the back. Now, the H&R springs seem to lower the car 35mm both front and back. So again, it's probably a better drop in ride height that I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a really low car. I'm just looking to reduce it down to a level where it probably should have left the factory at. 35mm is probably about right and probably what I'm looking at. But again, 35mm front and back would still give me a 5mm difference between the front and the back. So after some more research, I found a set of springs by Cobra. Now, they offer two packages. They can lower the car by 35mm on the rear and 30 at the front, which I think is going to be absolutely spot on for what I'm looking to do. However, there's very little in the way of reviews online of how the car drives. So I'm a little bit nervous, but I think that's the route I'm going to go. Now, they also offer a 50mm and 45mm suspension drop spring. Now, you look at the photos online and it does look really good, but I think for my use, that's probably going to be just a little bit too far. So I've decided I'm going to plump for these Cobras. I've got a set ordered, so let's get them on the car and let's see how it looks, and more importantly, how it rides. So I've now completed around about 900 miles in the car and all manner of roads, from unpaved single track country lanes through potholed urban country roads right onto motorways as well. I had the wheels realigned, the tracking done after about 200 miles just to make sure everything had settled into place, but I do still need to adjust the headlights just to compensate. So let's start with the looks. The additional 5mm drop in the rear has definitely leveled the car out perfectly, and I definitely think this is the way the GTE should have left the factory. Visually, it ticks all the boxes for me. I've now got an even gap between the tyre and the arch, both front and back as well, and to my eyes, it just looks spot on. Now, I mentioned before I had 15mm spacers fitted onto the rear just to sort of close in that awkward looking inward step of the wheel to the arch. Oddly enough, lowering the car, I think, has actually accentuated the fact that that rear wheel now sits out further. Although the track is the same front and rear with the spacers, I think it does certainly look as though they're further out now. I'm not quite sure what to do, whether I sort of drop it back to a 12mm spacer or just add a spacer to the front. So onto the ride. I mean, obviously, naturally dropping 30 to 35mm out of the suspension travel is going to have an impact. Now, the GTE, I feel, always rode very nicely. The ride is slightly firmer, obviously, but it's not uncomfortable. There's definitely noticeable less body roll in the corners. Speed humps are not an issue because we haven't lowered it dramatically. But one thing with the speed humps I have noticed is there is actually less sort of bounce on the recoil, although I'm a bit of a speed hump crawler, if I'm honest. The comparisons, obviously I can't compare against the Eibachs or the H&Rs. I did have some Eibachs fitted to a BMW some years ago, and I did find that particularly firm. Overall, I've got to say, I'm really pleased with these Cobras. The price point certainly helps because they come in cheaper than both the Eibach and the H&R. I think I paid just under £200 for the set. Now, there are UK suppliers, but what I found was that although they state that they're in stock, the reality is that once you place your order, they get shipped over from the Netherlands. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful, especially if you're considering lowering your own GTE. But until next time, many thanks for watching. Cheerio.